This is a poem that I wrote for my dad's 50th birthday, which happened to be yesterday. Yep. Type the message, click send, then bend over backwards, waiting for the person at the other end to respond and reply and say hi, like they're your friend, but you know why they don't reply. Because your perception of friend is mixed and fixed that by the time it reaches the other end, it's a lie. It's a lie. And you know all of this, but you still hit send because, well, that's the trend. So this buddy of mine, we hung out sometimes. We bonded by the minutes we were together and away, but hey, it went great until the other day I realized when we met eyes, I never felt so cold. Like I just took a punch to the nose. As he looked down at me from his throne, now I know that he's changed, and also I'm just strange to him. I guess all change isn't good change. I can tell that by the way he looked, with his chains and new posse, his eyes dry, mine glossy, but not ready to cry. However, scared to say hi. Even though we both knew how much he disapproved of me and my purity in a joke, I'm sure he would have spoke. You better go, you stupid hoe, before his buddies chimed in to roll on with the show, so that's one friend down and only a few more left to go. I remember a day like this. It was sunny and calm in Asuias. We sat on a floating lake where we laid in the sun to bake, Dad said, son. Memories come and go, here now, gone tomorrow. Pain and sorrow last a moment, and memories last shorter. Like, do you remember yesterday at the border? It's a memory to date. We drove all the way up without any license plates. That was my life for the day, but I won't remember that day in December. In a few months from now, I'll have lost my mental embers and that flame will burn out. So I challenge you now, I don't know how, to remember right now. Just try. Your memory is better than mine. So remember our time here on this floaty when you're sad. Remember the good times we've had. And when I'm gone, Michael, try to remember your dad. So Dad, this is for you. Almost every day I think of that. And I told you in a poem to be like Matt, because he's like you, funny and true, and I'd rather burn in hell than be anyone else. So before you grow old and mental, I'll tell you, soft and gentle. I've spent all my life disrespectful, and I'm sorry for the next role I slip through and the next role I play who disappoints you. You expect all I have of me. And maybe this is what God invented and called potential. Maybe Earth is a place that's rented and used, a place to find out what to do with all this potential. Kind of like bundles of C4 packaged together. I don't want to blow up the house and burn up my spouse and kids. I don't want to sin with this potential. But maybe before I blow open the door, I'll strap the C4 to Germany's core and blow the Berlin Wall till there's no more. Till the bits be evaporated, dissipated, and faded. So yes, Dad, my memory is better than yours. And that potential won't be wasted, C4. That potential will be all and more than what you've expected. So unlike my buddy who gave up his life, for the friends who don't care, I'm going to spare you the grief, because I love you, Big Chief. And just because you think Big Chief is an inside joke, you're a hipster. That isn't necessarily true, but I still love you, Mr. Warnock. I love you for the blessings, like a house, mother, brother, and two cool bean sisters. Thanks for playing Twister all those many, many years ago before you turned 50. So now start sifting through those memories and see if you can find this one. Matt and I were sitting on our iPods, turned away from God. You said, Matt, Michael, put away the games. Let's talk about something you may or may not think is strange. Most dads tell their kids they're men when they get a job that gets pretty good pay, or if they're not gay, or if they get laid drunk, or if they've wasted their life away. But Michael, Matt, you're better than that. You're better than them. So I tell you, a man doesn't spend his life at work looking for a girl with all the ride and all the torque. A man doesn't waste himself studying like a dork, but a man wastes himself in God. He gets lost in the fog called the Spirit. You hear it? He gets lost in prayers. He ascends in the air closer to Jesus. Dad, you mean it? Yes, Michael. That is life's reason. So put the iPods away and start believing and achieving everything you can with this potential if you want to be a man. And this is what I love about you, Dad. You're not afraid to be a man. You're covered in hair, you're bold, you've grown a pair, and yet you've still kept your stare on heaven's heir, Jesus. You don't care about friends on the other end of the phone. You press send and it goes. I'm proud, unlike others, you and Mother are out of the trend. Though you joke and try, you care little for a reply, as long as the person on the other side is content. So remember this poem, Dad, and I'll try to be a man, and when you get dementia, remember your home, Dad. And when you've died and gone away, and when I've cried and lived on another day without you, when you're standing with God by the pearly white gates, please remember my name. So I'll cut myself off before I enter a cycle of more talk, but I'll let you in on one more thing. I'll never forget the infamous Mr. Ray Warnock.